Welcome, 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 everybody. It is time, y'all. You are live on Rhonda's Room, Onsite with Rhonda. This is the Sunday night edition. This is a special, special day. We do inspiration, information. We do working through people's issues. And tonight, I've got the most incredible guest. He is dear to my heart. This is who I affectionately refer to as Radio Husband Ty. No, we ain't got nothing going on. It's just we both started in radio, the radio show at the same time.
Right.
And I cannot be more happy and grateful to have Ty Norris on my show tonight. Welcome, Ty. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
What's up, Rhonda? Thanks for having me.
Oh, you better give me some more energy. You got to put your radio voice on. Put your radio thing on. Come on. Do over.
What's up, Rhonda?
There you go. There you go. And we're going to be talking tonight about all things Ty. So what that means is this brother right here not only is my friend, he is who I refer to as my covering. We pray together, we support each other, we're growing together. That's why I dubbed him Radio Husband Ty, because there's a story about that we'll get to later. But tonight we're going to talk about everything about him. And he doesn't get an opportunity to do that too often because we're both, radio hosts and we're interviewing everybody else. So tonight I want to give him the platform because he's doing so many amazing things. So everybody, those of you that are on Facebook, okay, go ahead and just send up your comments, your questions, share this right now, because I'm telling you, this man's story is incredible. We got two huge personalities together tonight, and this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. All right. You're going to want to make sure that you get everything that is getting put out there today. So Ty, welcome again. And so let's just give them a little bit of background. Just tell us a little bit about the different things you do. We'll get into all the story later, but what are you known as?
Okay, so I'm known as Atlanta's most inspiring life coach. I'm known as a motivational speaker. I'm known in some circles as a minister. I'm known in some circles as a loyal friend. I'm known in some circles as a wonderful family member. I'm a radio personality. I've been on for about a year and a half. I'm also a financial services consultant. I believe in keeping that money tight and right.
Yep, got to.
And I'm a lover of people, period.
Yes, you are. And you forgot you're an author.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you the list goes on and on and on with you. But I'm so grateful that you're here. And right now, what is the newest thing you got that has come out right now? What's the newest thing that you're working on?
Okay, so as an author, so many people were inspired by my book that they are now becoming authors. And that's one of the things that your platform or whatever you do should do. It should inspire others to find their own voice.
Yes.
And so right now I'm really working, if you want to be honest, I'm working with 3 local artists, authors to get their books out. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And I'm actually in the process of rewriting my book as well. And this is something you don't know about me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show you. Actually, I have it right here.
Show me.
I did this in 2009. Victory over defeat every time. Everyone is worth keeping. But see, look, it's a thick book. It's like 240 pages. But I'm redoing it. And it's and everybody has a story. Everybody's got a book in them. At least one book.
Yeah.
At least one book. So I'm so proud of you for that, and paving the way for everybody. So hold up your book. Tell everybody about your book.
Okay.
And I got yours. It's just somewhere in my bookshelf. I should have had it ready. But
you better find my book.
You better find your book. I know, right?
This book is called The Business of Overcoming. And I wrote the book. The book was written probably in 2001. But but I published it in 2018. I kind of
Oh,
put it away. And I wrote the book after experiencing 3 traumatic events at one time. I
okay.
lost my father. I got married in December 1999. And
Okay.
right before our wedding, my father had an aneurysm, a brain aneurysm.
Oh no. Oh no.
And
Okay.
I hadn't made it to the hall where we were getting married yet. And I got a phone call that I needed to get there immediately, that my father had taken ill. That's all I knew. So he was a coma from December 1999 until April 2000.
Oh wow.
He succumbed, his body obviously.
Mhm.
So that happened. And then I lost my job. I was laid off. And then,
What?
and then 4 years later, I was divorced.
Oh no.
All of that happened within a 3 to 4 year period.
That's a lot.
It's
That's a lot.
And I can remember I was in a hotel room. I had moved out from my ex-wife, former wife, and I was crying. I said, God, what is this? What is this? God said, you're an overcomer.
Okay.
And that became the mantra for my life.
Awesome.
And an overcomer is a person that looks at their circumstances and calls it something else.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that I didn't lose my mind, and that I didn't succumb to severe depression. I had some bouts of depression, which I did go to counseling for during that.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Because trauma is trauma.
Yeah, it is. Trauma is something. I mean, trauma is my specialty, as you know. I got all these books and all these things behind me. Eric, I want to notice Eric here and Kina, who are watching. They've been putting comments up. But Eric said, yeah, it was delayed on purpose for purpose, but still on schedule. Very good, Eric. Yeah. Very good, Eric. Eric and Ty, you need to meet Eric. Y'all will click. Yeah, you guys are the same vein, and I'm going to have Eric on the show as well. I met him. He is a radio host as well, but he is out of, I want to say Baltimore. Oh, I hope I don't get that wrong, Eric. I believe he's out of Baltimore. So yeah, but he's a man after your own heart, like doing things just like you are.
And even to what he wrote in there, it was delayed on purpose. Sometimes delay gets a negative connotation.
Yeah.
But what if the delay really saved me from my mind snapping? Yep. God knows God knows what's ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I didn't take a victim mentality. Why is it happening to me?
Good.
Right behind me, I'm in my home studio that I created in my house.
Yes, I'm so proud of you for that. I got one too. I'm right behind you.
And one of the chapters in my books talks about the power to dream again. So you never stop dreaming, because your dreams are your dreams.
Yeah.
Nobody can take them away. Nobody edit.
Come on. I hear the preacher in you coming out. Come on.
Yeah, they're yours. And if you don't have nothing else, you have your dreams. Okay? Yeah. And then you create from those dreams the life that you want to live.
Right.
Yeah. And
yeah, absolutely.
And then you inspire others. It's not just about you. It's about reaching back or saying, hey, let me show you. I walked through this door. Let me show you how I came through.
Yep. Very, very true. You got Tisha on there saying Ty is dope. I don't know if you can see the comments or not yet. Tisha's on, Kina's on, Eric is on. We got loads of people watching. Y'all comment and cheer Ty on. Send up blessings and stuff.
Tisha and I went to undergrad together.
Did you? Okay.
At Southern University in Edwardsville, Illinois, right outside of St. Louis, and we met in gospel choir.
Oh, shut up. Yes. Okay.
And she is an author, has a business, and her own talk show in St. Louis Metro. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I need to meet Tisha.
Yeah.
I need to meet her. Okay, awesome. Well, I love what you said about dreaming because, you know, it's so true because your dreams are your dreams for a reason,
Right.
you know, because you get the dream because you're the one meant to carry it out. Can't
Right.
nobody do it but you.
Right.
So your dream a lot of times doesn't make sense to other people. And a lot of people will back down if they're like, I think one mistake a lot of people make is telling other people about their dreams and like people saying, oh, well, you can't do that. You can't do that. You really want to do that. And then you walk away from your dreams, you know, and you never go out after them. So what was it in you that made you want to, okay, so you had all that stuff happening.
Mm-hmm.
You wrote the book in 01. It didn't come out to 18.
Yeah.
What was it that finally gave you the courage to be like, this is the year that I am releasing this book?
Rhonda and everybody that's listening, I finally really got out of my own way.
Okay.
Because what I mean by that, sometimes we feel like all of our T's are not crossed and our I's dotted.
Right.
And I don't think you should just put out any old kind of work.
Yeah.
I think you should do the due diligence to put out a good piece. But really, when I wrote the book, I wrote it for men. And I wrote it because a lot of times men don't have an outlet per se to go to.
True.
And I wrote it enough where a dude would read it and he could just throw it in his gym bag or he could throw it in his briefcase to work and just get a few nuggets, you know, because it's tough when you don't really have a blueprint on how to be a husband, on how to be a father, and then how to have work-life balance. I've come now, there's no such thing as work-life balance. You just do it. You just live.
You just
do it.
Yeah. You find a way. You know, it's fun. You find the time to do the things that mean something to you. Like everybody always says this, like, Rhonda, you're so busy. I'm like, no, really, I'm not. Yes, you are. You're doing this. And the thing is, they're like, you need to slow down. But that's not my limitation. That's their limitation.
Right.
They can't see themselves doing all it. But I got so much time on my hands. It's just, it's crazy how, you know, people try to limit you and stuff like that.
And people limit you because of their own fear. And we all have fears. And one of probably the fears that why I didn't publish it sooner was my book is not that long, but that was intentional. So that people would read, so that people would share it. And so it's fear of what people reaction going to be about your work, because innately none of us want to be criticized or laughed at, but that's a part of life.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, these people are putting up all kinds of comments. When you go back and watch this, you're going to see all the comments. We got lots of people commenting and stuff like that. And thank you for watching. Yolanda's watching and she's commenting too. I'm just going to go back to her comment. As you were talking about dreams, she wrote, own it, speak your dreams into existence, you know, and Kina. Yeah, people didn't think Noah had it when he built the ark, but right.
You know, and let me say this while we're reading those too. I don't think Donald Trump as a president did a good job. But what I will say, he showed us that he put his dream and his agenda forward.
Yeah, he did.
He was like, Congress.
He absolutely did.
Congress who? I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah.
You know, and I something in my short life, my 47 years on this earth is, don't ask for permission. It's better to ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, that is so true.
Do the thing that's in your heart to do.
Yeah.
And then ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, that's the truth. That is the truth. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch real quick. I'm going to go to your video and I got to pull it off of your Facebook page, you know, to show because I love the video that you just did about your studio. Okay. And so I'm going to let everybody see that. And you are really, you know, branding yourself. It's powerful. So let me get this up here. All right, so let me find it. All right, Facebook, here we go. Love this.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're back to Tuesday with Ty at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Power 108.9, your station for the people. Tonight we will inform and inspire with my special guest, John Kennebro, the Showcase Group, who links community resources with families and children of incarcerated youth. Tonight's show will be sponsored by Genesis 1 and 3 Candle, who specialize in soy and wax candles. Won't you tune in tonight and remember to like and to share. See you then.
So kudos to you for doing your video in your studio. I'm so proud of you. I got to get my promo for my video. I'm like one step behind you, but we're growing together.
Listen,
we're definitely growing together. Huh?
You know, we share all our people in our camp. So
oh yeah, absolutely. So what was the first time that you realized that you wanted to be a radio talk show host?
Okay, so all my life, my voice, I've used it either to make a living in customer service or in ministry. So my voice has been my bread and butter. And I have a strong baritone voice, as y'all can hear.
Yeah.
And I knew I was going to do something in radio, and I had tried some voiceovers and nothing really happened. But Atlanta is a place that is saturated with a lot of everything.
Mm-hmm.
When you find your lane, you can work your lane.
Yeah.
And I just knew, I didn't know how, but when I wrote this book, I thought I was going to get into more writing. And so I was a guest on a radio show.
Okay.
We parlayed it into me getting my own show. We got this, my interview went so well.
Nice.
Out to Power 108.9, Michael McFadden, the CEO.
Yep, that's where I am too.
That's the interview went well. He liked my energy and felt that what I brought to the table would be a great addition to the radio platform.
Okay. And okay, so let's tell about how you and I met. Do you want to tell the story or you want me to tell the story?
You start and I'm gonna come in with
all right. Okay, so I was checking out Power 108.9 because there was a friend of mine who had a show on there at this time, and I just happened to see one of her shows, and I was like, let me just call up and see what does it take, because I was a DJ before. I've been on the radio before, and I was like, you know what? That might be a great idea, a way to get, clients and stuff like that. So let me go to the radio show. And when I went there, you were there.
Yeah.
And that was my first meeting with Michael. And I'm going to let you take it from there.
Yeah, you were taking your tour.
Mm-hmm.
Although you had a background in music and entertainment and all of that, I was there actually doing my first mock show.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that look in your eyes. I'm like, she needs to know that on the other side of that fear, she can do it. And so I think I kind of hung back. He was giving you the tour, and I pretended like I was interviewing you, I think.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, you needed somebody because you were testing sound or something, and you were just speaking to nobody. And Michael was like, well, why don't you just sit down? So Ty had someone to talk to.
Right.
And when he said that, I looked to you and I said, well, I guess you're going to be my radio husband.
Right.
And you said, I accept.
And I got on my knee and I said, will you be my radio wife?
Yep, you did. You got down on your knee. It's the greatest picture ever. And we had Mike redo it because it was the greatest thing. And from that moment, you became radio husband Ty. And boy, if that didn't cause some stir in the beginning,
hey,
we made some people talk.
You're not living life if you ain't causing waves. Okay?
Right.
And
right.
As a woman and as a man, women need to feel protected and need to feel covered. And so it is what it is. And so I'm
Yeah, and it's transformed so much because I never knew going into that studio, the radio, yeah, there was a purpose to be there, but Ty, between Michael and you, I mean, there was a greater purpose for you two men to be in my life, and especially you're my covering. I mean, we've prayed together. I call you. I done cried to you. You know, I need some help. But you always cover me. You always pray with me. You always encourage me. We support each other. Anything you do, I'm there. Anything I do, you're there. And that's why we just grow together.
And Rhonda, also tell them, I also get it. I be like, now look, I also am firm when I need to be firm.
Yes, you are.
You know, where you need to be.
Yep.
Because the truth of the matter is, nobody cares about our tears.
No. Nobody's
coming to save us.
Right.
And so you, in the midst of your tears, you got to still execute the dream, create the dream, and execute it. I want to talk about the music. I want to talk about when you do step out, how resources will come your way. I want a special shout out to IMP Audio. They have offices in Atlanta and Columbia, South Carolina. Travis Palmer and Bernard Holt.
Oh, yes.
Created the music for my radio show.
It's incredible.
It's amazing. And when Bernard sent that to me, I was crying. I could not believe somebody had captured the essence of who I was.
Right.
Really, we shouldn't be shocked when stuff like that happens, because it's supposed to. So I'll never forget them submitting that to me, and it was I don't even think we did an edit. I think we did one small edit.
Okay.
It was just for technical media reasons. Not creative reasons. Yeah.
And you're so right, because when you finally step out, it's like the universe supplies everything you need. Because my song for the radio show, I did a contest.
Yeah.
And it actually ended up being one of my students who was a female rapper. She came up with the name for Rhonda's Room, because I had a contest to name my show. I didn't know what I was going to call it. Yeah. I had a contest to come up with the song. She came up with it, and like, we only listened to the instrumental version, but there's a version that has all the words. Nice. And I cried when she captured and when I heard the words, I was like, oh my God. And she's like, yeah, that's exactly how I feel about you and what you've done for me in my life. And I was like, oh my gosh, and it does. It pays to step out on your dreams, because everything will be supplied. There's nothing to fear.
And speaking of dreams, in my home, I had an extra bedroom, and I didn't want to make it a guest room, like make it really pretty and a bed and all that kind of stuff. And one of my best friends in Chicago, Charlene Wiltshire, she's like, you know what, friend? She said, you need to get more purpose out that room. She's like, you love music, you love singing, you love talking. And she said, make it a studio. And we talked about that on a Friday. On Monday, I had the painter and builder is the same person. He came in, he painted the room. I have a stage built in here.
Nice.
I ordered a lighting kit. Some of my Ronald.
I got a kit too. Yeah. So,
Buy and help me set it up, everything. And so you need people in your life that will push you. I happen to have the money to get everything done. And so I was so grateful. So this studio, I rent it out for people. I have a client that comes in and his weekly podcast from my studio.
Okay.
So it's open, y'all.
All right. We got more people coming on here saying hello. Joy Sloan. It's got to be one of your followers. Good words of wisdom. So if somebody wants to rent out your studio, let me find your is that through your website as well?
They can go through my website address and send an
email. So let me get your website up here. So your website is www.tynorris.net. So what all can they do on your website? Because there's a lot of stuff they can do.
So my website is very interactive. I'm not a techie person. So when I wanted a website that somebody with a low-level tech IQ like me could navigate through. So it's interactive. It tells you immediately about who I am, what I do.
Okay.
About my then there's a tab for my radio show. You can look at some previous shows.
Yeah.
I'm really huge in my community. And so I hosted the Purple Strides for New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, their paint walk this past year.
Awesome.
And that was a really big deal. That's on there. And then my product, my book, my Tuesdays with Ty. And if you want to book me to MC an event or host, that's where you find me.
Yeah, and he's got the voice, y'all. This is just his regular speaking voice. This isn't even his put on radio voice or his baritone singing voice. Don't let him pretend he's directing a choir. That's a whole nother episode.
Let me say this something. You know, I grew up in the Pentecostal Church of God in Christ. So I was ingratiated in that culture.
Yeah.
And my mother was a choir director, minister of music for over 40 years.
Shut up.
Yeah. And
wow.
I mean, that was, and then I was in leadership roles at the age of 14. Really?
Oh, wow.
From 14 the rest of my life, I was in leadership roles, adult leadership roles. So
that's incredible.
Yeah, I can't just turn it off.
Oh, no. And it's so funny because it's so in you. And you know how they say opposites attract? I mean, now my faith is strong too, but it's like there couldn't be two more opposite people. Like you're all churchy. I'll be cussing up a storm on my show, but we work. You get me and I get you. But one thing I don't joke about is my faith, and is that I keep it, private and stuff like that. But I love the fact that, that I can be totally myself around you. You love me and accept me, and I accept you and love you. But you're like the Ricky Smiley without even trying. You're so funny. You really do. I mean,
Ricky Smiley.
What comes out of your mouth is incredible, especially when it comes to church. And the way you do your radio show, you be doing them church announcements in your radio show. It's so funny.
I think that for me, I think my show is the only inspirational show per se on the station.
Yeah.
And that's a way to be a witness.
Yeah.
To let people know whatever you are,
right,
wherever you are, there is hope, there's dreams, there's creativity, there's inspiration for you. And so when you just said we couldn't be more different, that's what makes relationships and life so beautiful. I've learned something from one of my best friends. We need to stay out of people's lives and business.
Yeah.
If you're not going to help somebody move up, stay out of their way.
Right.
Include your mouth over them.
Yeah, exactly. And, and you can always learn from each other. And I always, and Eric had wrote this before and I had put it up on the thing, but I always say this too, iron sharpens iron. I make you better, you make me better. And, and that's why we work. That's why, and it's so funny. And every time we go somewhere, people think we're a couple. I'm like, no, we're not a couple. But hey, who cares? They see the connectedness, and that's what's important. All right, so with your church, let's talk about that for a minute.
Okay.
Because you hold quite a significant role in your church.
Oh, Lord.
So you're not just like talking about this, you are living it. And I've been with you on church drives. I've been with you on the book back, and it's like, I love, and you invite me to, and I've been on the prayer calls with you.
Yeah.
So what do you do in church? Like, what is your position?
So I'm a member of the Life Church of Atlanta here in Atlanta.
Awesome freaking church. Pastor is dope.
My pastor is Terrence Merritt, Dr. Terrence Merritt.
Yes.
Awesome leader, awesome mentor. He's a Morehouse alumni as well.
Yes.
Graduated from Johns Hopkins University, doctor. So he's really been a blessing to us naturally walking through this pandemic because he's a medical doctor.
Right.
So at Life, I serve on the ministerial staff, and I'm a member of our intercessory prayer ministry. For me, my faith is important because faith was a cornerstone in my family, and it really was a cornerstone in the Black community for years.
Yeah.
And particularly back to slavery days, where they worked 6 days a week, but on Sunday, their slave masters let them have some religion. And so obviously that tradition was brought down through the years. So participating in Black church has been a fabric of my life. However, I love the Lord apart from church.
Right.
My church experience, but I do serve there. I'm tied to the mission and the vision of the church to be relevant in our community and in our world. And that shows up many different ways. And for me, it shows up on the Ty Norris Evening Show.
Yep. And as far as position wise, you are an elder of the church. And you told me, I didn't know you used to.
I pastored, I was a senior pastor for 4 years of God in Christ in Illinois. That's
incredible.
You know,
I didn't know that.
I don't talk about it. You know, pastoring at the time was wonderful. I pastored, but the trauma of my divorce, and the death of my father, coupled with the responsibility of pastoring, was too much for me.
Okay,
and so I chose my mental wellness, staying in that role.
That's good. And I'm glad you did that because, you know, I wish a lot more leaders, especially church leaders, would admit they don't got it together right now if they're hurting and step down rather than bleeding all over everybody and hurting everybody, you know, because people really look to their leaders and take everything they say verbatim. And I'm so proud of you for recognizing that and you know, making that decision. I really am. I'm very proud of you.
It was hard because when I had a ministry that I used to do through youth evangelism and music evangelism, and then it parlayed. There was a church that was kind of struggling. They really had like 4 members, and so the Lord blessed me to take that church from 4 members to 100 within like 3 months.
Wow.
For our first vacation Bible school, the Lord blessed me with such great leaders. We had 70 children enrolled in our vacation Bible school.
That's incredible.
It's incredible. I'll never forget the thing was called Fishers of Men. And it was huge. And
wow.
The experience in itself wasn't traumatic, but the outside things of it. And you really need a support group to navigate through some of that.
Yeah.
You really do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to show, I'm going to break for a second. I'm going to show you a clip of all your beginnings of your radio so they can hear your voice and stuff and give you just a second here to breathe and get a glass of water. So hold on one second. I'm going to show you Mr. Ty Norris in action on the radio. All right. So let me go right here. And we gotta, again, go to your Facebook page. But hey, it is what it is. We're going to make this work, doggone it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Do This with Ty on the Ty Norris Evening Show. What's up, my good people, and welcome back to the Ty Norris Evening Show on Power 108.9. Good evening, my good people. We're back this Tuesday, January 19th, the Ty Norris Evening Show. January 19th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be featuring the 2 Kimberlys. My first guest will be Kimberly Chapman, the CEO and founder of She Magazine, the ultimate beauty publication. We will delve deeper into her life, her brand, and her service. The second Kimberly will be Kimberly Renee, who's a food media maven and social justice advocate. She's a self-taught chef and founder of Might Be Vegan. Tuesday's show will be sponsored by Candles by Val, who specializes in hand-poured soy wax candles. I look forward to seeing you, and remember to be inspired and be informed on the Ty Norris Evening Show.
I love that. I love that so much. So, how do you pick your guests for your show?
Okay. Before I answer that, I want to give a shout out to my assistant, Cara Seeley, who makes all of my videos for me. She is a brilliant woman. She has her own production company. She does my videos for me. A lot of my guests.
I think you met Cara through me.
Let me back up. I met Cara. She was a guest on your show.
Yeah. Yeah, because she was she was one of the film producers in one of the productions I was doing, and I met Cara that way. And she had wanted to intern on my show, and at that time, something came up, we couldn't do it, and I'm so glad that she interned on your show. But yeah, she is an incredible talent. She's an incredible young woman, and man, she's got her stuff together.
She hit the ground running, so she does all my videos for me. So there are two ways well, really three. Either a cold call to a guest that I see on social media, and I connect with brands, ideas, organizations that are uplifting. And I really like to focus on individuals that are doing work in the Atlanta metro area, right in our back.
Right.
Okay. So that's first.
Right.
Then word of mouth. You and I, we sometimes share each other guests.
Yep.
You'll be like, Rhonda always loved telling me, like she did, like, Ty, you need to get them on your.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm full too. So, word of mouth, somebody will share, and a lot of people inbox me, individuals that they feel like need to be on the show. And then thirdly is from an artist themselves. They're a personal assistant or a PR firm in Atlanta will say, I've got a great guest. I think they'll be a great guest on your show.
So if somebody wants to be on your show, how do they reach out to you to be a guest on your show?
Through the website, Cara, my assistant's email is on there, and she'll receive that inquiry.
Okay, awesome. And your show, you stick to, I love how you categorize yourself. So how do you categorize yourself? What are the areas that you focus on?
Inspiration and information. Inspiration means we provide stories that can inspire you beyond where you are and take off the limitation and say, you can do it. And then information, we had former district attorney Paul Howard on there talking about crime integrity unit, where they look at cases of inmates that have been wrongfully convicted and they overturn or lessen those sentences. So that's information you can use.
Yeah.
We just had John Kennebrew on there.
He's got to be on my show. I'm so making friends with him. Yeah, he's incredible.
John has an awesome group where he provides resources and linkage to children that have been in the penal system and families.
Yeah,
who doesn't need that information?
Right. So what's the next thing? The next big thing for Ty? Well, actually, before we go there, what is it about your background? Because I know you wanted to share some of your personal story. You said when we got to the church part, you would share that. So what is some of your personal story, other than, the divorce and your dad and stuff like that? Like, what has shaped Ty to be who he is?
Early in life, I knew I had this unique calling on my life. And because the path is not visible or you can't conceive it, you can sometimes feel like you're lost, but you're never lost. Part of the journey is finding your voice. And I can say I found my voice. My voice is to inspire the next person to come up. And so that kind of leads into me answering your question. I'm really in this consulting mode.
Okay.
You'll still see me on the radio show, but like I said, I'm really working with at least 3 authors right now. I'm working with creators that want to come into the studio and do their own thing. Not that I've arrived, but I can share what I've done.
Yeah.
And then I'm a huge networker. If you're bad at networking, I can help you overcome that. And that comes through my consulting sessions. I'm really in a vein that I'm really wanting to help people create their plan and execute it.
Okay, awesome. So what's been your biggest influencer in your life?
Wow. My biggest influencer
Yeah.
thing. I'm gonna. Ooh, I should. You know what? I used to really love. Remember the show Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous?
Yeah. Yeah.
Growing up, I was enamored by that opulent type of living.
Okay.
So that's been my push in life. I want to live a good life, and I've been blessed to live a good. And I don't mean just financially, which I'm getting ready to tighten up that in the next few
Right.
months. But my biggest inspiration has just been living the life that I dream about.
Okay.
You know, that's what I do. Like my personal life mirrors what I see
Nice.
on my radio show.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you are a proud member of what fraternity?
I'm a proud member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Spring 06, Blue Phi. You know.
Now, see, there's the voice, y'all. There's the voice. There's the personality that we get on the radio all the time.
Let me tell you why I'm proud to be a member of Phi Beta Sigma, and which leads into something else very good. Because
Okay.
Phi Beta Sigma is inclusive of men from all walks of life. It's
Okay.
the inclusive three. We had 3 founders. So instead of some organizations say, if you don't fit this, then you're excluded.
Right.
Phi Beta Sigma is on the principles of inclusive 3. And
Awesome.
so we're founded on culture for service and service for humanity. And
Okay.
I love being a member. I served as our, we have a Sigma Beta Club program, which is our male involvement program. And I was in Chicago. I served as the director of that. We awarded over $10,000 in scholarships.
What?
Yeah, rites of passage. We were one of the largest we were actually the winner in the Great Lakes region of our March of Dimes campaign as well. And many of those young men matriculated into college and got their 4-year degrees.
Nice.
So I'm proud to be a part of that history and legacy. Also, kind of tying in with the fraternity and your faith is I teach and I try to embody that. Just like when you're pledging your fraternity or when I was mentoring those young guys, you can wear the letters and you can stroll and do all the calls, but I'm really big on you knowing why you do what you do.
Right.
So, history, understanding the principles and oracles. So I'm like that in my spiritual walk. And I push that at my church. I push that in Sunday school, that we need to know why we believe and why we do what we do.
Right. Very good. Very good. So I've got a question. So how did the Lifestyle Steward come about? And what does that mean?
Okay. The Lifestyle Steward came about because I work for a global airline. And so I was in flight, had some downtime, and I was like, when things happen to you or when you're maturing in life, you're responsible for stewarding your own life.
Yeah.
You're the master writer. You hold the pen.
Yep.
So that became my moniker, you know. I need to steward my life in a way that I want to see.
Yeah.
You know, so the Lifestyle Steward.
Very good. And I had the opportunity to be with you on some of your events as the Lifestyle Steward, the vision board party and stuff like that. And it's incredible. And I got to say this, you are so hospitable. And it's like you make sure if you ever get a chance to go to a Ty Norris event, guys, you need to do from swag bags to the food, to the decorations, to the location. I mean, you are so on point with all of that. And if you ever get a chance to go to a Ty Norris event, you need to go. And what I love about your events is they're not like just to profit something, that you always stand for something.
Come on.
You always stand and you're always giving back and you're always doing everything with a purpose. That's why I like run to be a part of it. And, you know, just just to be a part, because that's some good stuff right there. That's some really good stuff that you do.
Pre-COVID, I want to tell this. Can I tell this right quick?
Of course.
When I first when I created my LLC and registered it with the state of Georgia so that you can be recognized as a bona fide business in the state of Georgia, which also qualifies you with your DUNS number to apply for grants that
Right.
for in accordance with what service you provide. I want to share this for those of you sitting out there. You can listen to me. Atlanta there's a neighborhood called Buckhead and Midtown,
Mm-hmm.
and then South. And I lived Southwest Atlanta. And I remember when I had my first vision board, I was thinking about having my first vision board party. And God told me, he said, I was like, don't nobody know me. Ain't nobody gonna come. I need to have it in Midtown or Buckhead so I can pull a certain clientele, right? And the Lord told me, he said, work your corner.
That's
Work
good.
your corner.
I like that.
And I'll never forget Hazel Simpson, who was in the Fine Arts and Humanities, had an event space on Buntner Road called it was a dance studio, but
Okay.
it was a loft area. Rhonda would expose bricks and mirrors and hardwood.
Nice.
And
Awesome.
she gave me a discount because I had did some previous work for her. See, you got to know what you're doing. You got to know the purpose.
I love that.
She gave me a good discount. I found a great caterer, and it was sold out.
Yeah.
Because I worked my corner. I did a leadership summit the following year, and that's when God opened the door. I did it at the W in Buckhead. They had a private room.
Wow.
Yes, I did a leadership summit. It was sold out again.
Yep.
I played it, and then you came
The one I came to was sold out.
sold out in Neiman Marcus.
Yes, it was incredible.
Yeah, they had a private room, and we had it there.
Yep.
And it was even during Morehouse homecoming weekend, which you don't do nothing on that weekend in Atlanta. That's a no-no. So
Okay.
I learned my lesson with that. But that purpose of that story was, don't ever feel like what you offer isn't good enough for whoever it's for.
Right. Exactly. And, and that's something, and I'll be honest, that's something that I've struggled with, is a lot of times feeling qualified.
See?
Because even though I may have all these degrees, I'll think to myself, well, not that many people know me, or who's going to come. And, it's like, yeah. And that's just a trick to get you to step down from your greatness. Because if you can get stopped in that fear, because fear will paralyze you, then you'll never step into everything that you have to step into. And there's always doors that are already open, waiting for you to walk through them. Like there's that song, Open Door Season. It's always open door season. You just got to open your eyes and realize that you're in the season.
And Rhonda, none of us knew that this pandemic was coming.
Nope.
Not only did we not know it was coming, we didn't know the severity of what it was going to do. And I'm so glad that I not only created an LLC, but that I registered it as a bona fide business, because when that small business money came through,
it was right there, right on time.
That's why you can't listen to people.
Yep.
You have to follow your dream. And if they're not helping you figure it out, then go around them.
Yep.
We both did that.
Yep.
You keep knocking. You keep knocking.
Yeah.
And you keep reaching and searching. And I have friends that love me, but like, look, Ty, even on my radio show, they be like, look, hey, don't say that next time. Don't do this. Or calm down, slow down. Ooh, why. People that love you will help you along the way.
Right.
But all that chatter, that can just be behind.
Yeah. And we were talking before this started, there was something that I had done on the radio show that I was like, man, don't do that. That's not your thing. That's not your thing. But it's like in my heart. And I'm like, I'm gonna do it now on this platform. Sometimes you got to go against the norm sometimes. And sometimes you got to stay true to your dream and stay true to what you feel you're supposed to do, regardless of what anybody else says.
Right.
You know?
And even those individuals that don't feel that they want to have a business, then be the best employee that you can be. I can remember being at my employer when I worked in corporate America in Chicago in Rosemont and taking on some special assignments, because it also adds value to your resume and to your purpose. That you can speak to that in an interview that says, you know what, I took on a special assignment to help the company or to help the department. You know, if you're one that you thrive in a 9 to 5, work that.
Yeah. And be proud of it, no matter what it is. I don't care if you're a janitor. Do it with all the pride you have, and do it in excellence. Do all things in excellence, no matter, and don't think it's not big enough or whatever, because everything you do is recognized. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. It's recognized. You know, you're going and you just keep doing everything and do it in excellence and do it with pride, and it'll open up for you. And you're right, not everybody is, you know, created to do a business. You may be a supporting role, you may be an employer, or maybe you can, you know, support other businesses.
Right. That's a real good point.
You can support other businesses and, you know, sew into them and help them. Like, and matter of fact, and I'm going to put this up, you know, and you can sew into other people. Like, for example, if you're liking what Ty is saying right now, he does got a Cash App, Lifestyle Steward, you know, and I'm telling you, this man stands for all good in the hood. I mean, he's doing good in the neighborhood, everywhere. And that takes money, you know, so, and if you sew or if you donate, there's all kinds of stuff, you know, but everybody needs help. You know, I got my business, I need help too, but right now you're my guest, you know, and I always put my guests up on the platform. But yeah, his Cash App is Lifestyle Steward. So yeah, reach out to him. All right. So we're winding down right now. And I don't want to not mention the fact or talk about, and this is a great way, I think, to end this. It's Black History Month.
Yeah.
And you are, my dear, my friend, you are making history.
I am.
You are making history. And I want to ask you, who were the ones that have influenced you the most in the Black community? What does it mean, Black history, to you?
Okay. So first of all, I'm proud to be a Black man and having a Christian experience. But I will say my mother, my family, because my mother did what she knew to do and to raise us. I'm grateful that we don't have that testimony of, you know, having our lights shut off.
Right.
And my mother didn't make a lot of money, and I don't know how she did it. But she was an example. And according to her faith, she lived the best she did. I would rather say that my mom took us to church and kept us ingratiated in that, as opposed to saying she took us to get high with her. And that's a testimony.
Right.
Okay. I'm not knocking anybody else's. I'm saying that was my experience.
Right.
And I thank God for that experience. I thank God for a clean house. So my mother is my biggest inspiration. She always pushed us to do a good job. My father was a great provider.
Okay.
But my father was what I always call him, a silent partner. He was very vocal. And I'm the oldest son. I have 3 other siblings. And a son needs the validation of his father.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think I received that.
Yeah.
Or I didn't receive it like I wanted to.
Right.
So that's probably why I love the way I do.
Yeah.
Give back so much, because those were my examples of providing and love through my parents. And in the church community, I'm from the school where the church was your community. So we had friends and mothers who saw something in you And books, literacy became like my scapegoat. And they used to give me books. So that became my days in English. I love books. I love research. And I love people's stories. As we go in life, if we haven't learned anything, people have their own stories.
Yeah.
We should never say, why does Rhonda wear hair long? You know, why is that your business?
Right.
You know, we need to stay out of people's stories.
Right.
And let them live.
Yeah. I love that, you know, your mother is your biggest influence, because, you know, a lot of people will look to somebody real famous, and that's like the proper thing to say. But I love that you honor your mom, and I can definitely vouch for you love with your whole heart and soul. And, you know, because I remember on my birthday show, you brought me cupcakes, balloons, flowers. I wasn't even expecting it. And then on your show, and then on your show that I got you something. It's like, I love with all my heart too. And, you know, and you're just such a great example. You're a fine man. And, yeah, I mean, between the character, your character, what you stand for, who you are, how you love, it's just incredible. And I'm so honored that you're in my life. I'm so honored that we're connected the way that we are. And this is like beyond a friendship. There's a love and a respect for each other. And that's where the whole, you know, radio husband comes from, because I know when I'm down or when I need something, you'll be there. And you're right. And you will be like, look, you need to boss up, wipe your eyes and boss up. All right. You know, so you need that in your life. And, but as we're wrapping up now, what do you want to say to everybody out there that is maybe thinking of starting something? Maybe they're afraid, or maybe they got a book they want to do, or maybe they don't know how to. You got like a minute and a half. Just speak to everybody that's listening and give them the essence of Ty Norris.
Well, I definitely want to give to my family, the Norris family, the Dolphs family, and the Hurd family, who have also wrapped their arms around me and pushed me to this point. So my family, I have like 18 aunts and uncles. That's another story, but I really do. I have like 60 cousins and like 12 nieces and nephews. I'm very well loved and supported. My family is awesome. And my church family, the Life Church of Atlanta, Pastor Mary, and certainly to Power 108.9.
Yes, Michael McFadden.
On the show, all of the shows on there. But I want to leave this with you. The last principle in my book is the power to dream again. What you see now, the Ty you see now, is a result of something I dreamed years ago. Now it's time to dream again. It's time to dream something new, starting with the studio. I've got some stuff I can't even talk about right now, but and then I'm dreaming some new love again.
All right.
That's all I'm gonna tell you about my personal life, because ain't none of y'all.
Okay.
But so this is the time to dream again and do something new, something fresh.
I love that. And that's a perfect way to end, you know, because, you know, even if you got a dream that has been sitting there for a minute, man, dust that thing off. It's time. It is time. Just revise it, refresh it, step out. Now is the time. And your dreams are given to you for a reason, because you're the only one that can bring it to pass. That's why it's your dream. Right. Don't matter if nobody else sees it. So nothing else. Like it says behind the man, dream, inspire, create. This is your mandate. Tonight, start dreaming again, get inspired again, create again. And we can't wait to see what you come up with. It has been a pleasure, Ty. Rhonda. You're always welcome in Rhonda's room. I love you so much. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Make sure you share this, guys. And if you want to get this brother to do something for an event, contact him. You want to get on the radio show, you got it on tynorris.net. Have a great evening, everybody. Good night.
Thank you.